Can you define for the committee today what an improper payment is and some examples of what you're seeing and why these procedures were not already in place before, Mr. Secretary?
A bit mystifying why they weren't in place. What we are seeing is that there was a very complacent upper level of management in many departments across the entire government. What I can say at Treasury, that of the 1.5 billion payments we send out every year, they're required to have something called a TAS, a Treasury account symbol. We discovered that more than one third of those payments did not have a TAS number. So as the Appropriations Committee, you should be shocked by that, because how can a payment be tracked back to an appropriation? Only through the TAS number. So there was no accountability. So that is why the 450 organizations that sit above Treasury, where Treasury acts as the paymaster, are unable to pass an audit. So we have cracked down on that. Every payment now requires a TAS number. Very simple. And I will tell you that the mid-level employees who I have had come into Treasury to talk to me about that feel liberated. They tell me, I've been here 20 years. I've always wanted to do this. I've been here 14 years, and they feel as though they now have agency and are making a difference towards saving the American taxpayer money.
So can you give me your perspective and maybe the administration's perspective on the place for digital currency?
Sir, we believe that digital assets belong in the private sector. And my personal view is that having a central bank digital currency is a sign of weakness, not strength, because really the reason, if there is a reserve, say a reserve manager or a foreign central bank holds U.S. dollars, then there is a wide variety of U.S. assets they can invest in. You would create a central bank digital currency just for ease of use, because there are no good choices for underlying assets.
And so you're saying you would not be in favor of the Federal Reserve issuing such a currency?
No, sir.
What is the actual number and what is the status of those negotiations? How many deals do you anticipate by the end of the year, in the first quarter of 2026 or the second quarter? And what are the biggest challenges you see to negotiating tariffs and getting trade deals done?
Approximately 97 or 98% of our trade deficit is with 15 countries. 18% of the countries are our major trading partners. I would be surprised that if we don't have more than 80 or 90% of those wrapped up by the end of the year. That may be much sooner. That I would think that perhaps as early as this week, we will be announcing trade deals with some of our largest trading partners. They have come to us with very good offers. What I will tell you is that in negotiating with some of them, they may not like the tariff wall that President Trump has put up, but they have them. So if tariffs are so bad, why do they like them? And then more insidious, we can see that from a practical matter and from academic research, are the non-tariff barriers. If you were to look prior to the escalation, I believe Chinese tariffs are only 5%. So clearly there's something else going on if they're accumulating these gigantic surpluses.